Guys, back with you again for another tutorial. Today we will talk about how to increment and decrement on a leaderboard. So let's dive right into it. First, we'll set up our character. Great. We have, who do we want to use? Let's use this cute little bear. And he says, do you know how many points you have in the class? Alright, so now we want to see the leaderboard. So we'll add new. And in the last tutorial, I showed you how to create a leaderboard. Do a web view scene. And then you'll want to copy and paste the URL of your leaderboard. So here is your leaderboard URL. We'll copy this and paste it right here. Perfect. So now let's link the two of these. We'll say, show me the leaderboard. All right. Transition to the first scene. Perfect. So now when you click on this, it'll show you the leaderboard. But as of right now, there aren't any scores on the leaderboard. So what we want to do is add some scores. Get a point. Get a bonus point. Great. And we'll add new. What you want to do now is go over to the Increment leaderboard, which is over here under blocks. So we'll head to leaderboard, increment leaderboard. It is this very first block. It has the plus sign in the crown. We'll click on that. Add it down here. And then we want to connect the two of these. So get a bonus point. It transitions to a block, not a scene. And the block is the increment leaderboard block. Perfect. So now, with this is the second piece of information that I told you about that you want to make note of. On your leaderboard, there's the API key. Now, I explained to you how the API key is kind of like your password. It's more of it authenticates who you are and gives access control to whoever has this. So you want to make sure that whoever you give this to is someone that you want to have access to your leaderboard. So we'll copy the API key. And underneath leaderboard ID, this is where you want to paste your API key. And increment value. So you can change the value. The default is 1. But if you wanted to say give a bonus point for each question of 2 points, or if it's a harder question, 5 points, if it's a super hard question, maybe 10 points, you can do that right here. You can add in any number that you want into this. But for right now, we'll just leave it at 1. All right. And transition to scene 2. Perfect. Right, so he says, do you know how many points you have in the class? Show me the leaderboard. No points. Get a point. Increment it by 1. Now we want to add a new character scene again. And just have him say, now how many points do you have? Right. See leaderboard. Remember, web view scene is how you can see your leaderboard. Copy and paste. transition to scene. Right, this should work. Make sure everything is linked up. Some of the biggest issues you might come across and you can't figure it out, it might be that your scenes aren't linked. This should work. Let's go ahead and test this out. Do you know how many points you have in the class? Look, I have 1 point. Cool. How many points do you have now? And that's the point that I received. So that 1 point was the first point that I received. I should have gone back and shown you this from the very beginning, how many points I have originally. Let's test this again. Do you know how many points you have in the class? So show me the leaderboard. I have 1 point. So it's looping back around. I forgot to loop this. So that's good that we're going through this. We can do this together. All right, so the problem here that we have is when I hit show me the leaderboard, it automatically moves on to the next section, which is how many points do you have. You could do a couple different things here. You could add in another scene and then have that scene loop back around, or you could just move on with it. I mean, I could just take out this first part, which is show me the leaderboard. Let's go ahead and remove this. All right, so now the only action you can do is get an extra point. From the extra point, then it goes to the leaderboard, and then from the leaderboard, it asks you how many points do you have. All right, so this should work. Let's try this out. Do you know how many points you have in the class? Let's get a bonus point. Now I have 2 points. So we see that the increment does work. It increases the value of it. Now how many points do you have? So I would change the wording on this, but I think overall you understand what we're trying to do here, which is just add a point to the leaderboard. And then to get rid of a point, it's basically the same thing, just opposite. So I guess it's not the same thing. We'll add new. We'll go to blocks, leaderboard, decrement leaderboard. All right, I'm gonna change the wording on this. Do you know how many points you have in the class? Let's change this to, would you like a bonus point? Perfect, bonus point. Gives you the bonus point. And let's get rid of this actually, because we don't actually need this. We would just connect these both directly. That's the great thing about Metaverse, is even if you mess up, easy to quickly fix your mistakes. And we'll transition to scene and scene 2. Perfect. Now it says, now how many points do you have? Shows you the point. All right, so that works perfectly. Now we want to take away a point. So if, say a student misses a homework assignment, and this is for participation, or they're just not doing well in class and you want to take away a point from them, you add new. Right now, so if you want to take away a point, say this is for participation only, or someone's acting up in class, you can easily take away a point as fast as you can give a point. So let's create a new character scene. It says, oh no, you missed attendance today. That'll cost you 1 point. All right. Now we will add new, leaderboard, and decrement leaderboard. This is the minus sign. The plus signs to add, the minus signs to take away. Right. So right here, the leaderboard ID is what again? Correct. That is your API key. So we'll add the API key here. And we're decrementing by 1. We'll hit this action button. Actually, before we do that, let's transition to this. Scene 4. Right, and I don't think I added this. Yes, I have not. So we'll transition to scene 4. Perfect. Alright, so how many points do you have? Showed you the points. Oh no, you missed class today. You lose a point. Ah, I see what I did. This is supposed to transition to the block decrement leaderboard. And then from here, we'll get a new character scene. Would you like to see how many points you now have? Transition to scene 5. This takes you to the leaderboard. And how do we create a leaderboard again? That's right, well, web view scene. Copy and paste the URL. And make sure that they are linked. Perfect. Now that should work correctly. Let's do this all in one go and see if this works. Would you like a bonus point? Sure. Get bonus point. How many points do you have? See the leaderboard. I have 3 points. Oh no, you missed attendance today. That will cost you 1 point. All right. Would you like to see how many points you now have? And there you go, 2. That is how you take away a point in Metaverse. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll see you at the next tutorial.